Hello and welcome to another video. Today, I decided to do something a little bit different. So I'm going to be starting a series called State Sales / Tag Sales Finds, where basically I get the computers just as they are, haven't cleaned them yet or anything, and I just test them and then do some benchmarks on them, and then test and see how they run on the latest version of Windows, if they can. So this PC here might look very similar, but it is not the same thing. So this looks like the HP Pavilion P6120Y, I believe is what it's called. That's what it looks like, but it is not that. This is the HP Pavilion P6120F, and it's this kind of like an upgraded version of it. Very similar, so if you watch that, then this is pretty much the same thing, but it has this like gunk on it. I'll clean it off at some point. So in the front here we have our SD cards. This is actually a pretty nice touch. I kind of want an SD card reader for my main computer. Have our DVD RW drive right here. That dust. And then have an expansion bay here, and then down here this slides down to reveal the USB 2.0 ports and headphone and microphone jacks. Also, if it seems like that there's a TV playing in the background, there really isn't, but I'm trying to convert a VHS tape to like an MP4 file so I can burn it onto a DVD. So that's why it sounds like there's a TV playing in the background. So let's take a look around this. So we just looked at the front. So on the side here, nothing much. We have the model number, we have the sticker showing the specifications. It says it has a Pentium processor, E6300, 8 gigs of RAM, which is kind of impressive for a computer of this age, and a 750 gig hard drive. Now compared to the other system, it had a Pentium, I believe it was E52 or 5300, 6 gigs of RAM, and a 640 gig hard drive. So I could sell these without the hard drives, have a pretty nice, decent stack of hard drives, but I'm going to try to get a little more value out of them by just selling out hard drives as wiped or having a fresh installation of Windows. So in here it shows all of the different things in the front, like a sleek design and a slide down access door. And then down here we have the Windows Vista Home Premium key, which you can't really see. There you go, right down there. And I'm not going to bother censoring it, see who uses Windows Vista anymore. And then on this side, there isn't much interesting here. It's just the HP logo and some ventilation fence. And then on the back is where things get sort of interesting. Well, not really, but have a 3-prong power port. We have a Wi-Fi card, which is a nice touch because in the other PC just had a modem card. Although it does appear to be missing the antennas, which is very interesting. And then for I/O, we have the 6 audio jacks, Ethernet, 4 USB 2.0 ports, 5 wire VGA, digital audio in and output, and 2 PS2 ports. Now this is going to be the first time that I open up the system. I assume it's going to be very dusty, especially if the outside of the computer is pretty nasty. But just looking through like the ventilation holes, I can see a ton of just dust all over the cables and stuff. Hopefully there's no insects inside here. I mean, it's kind of rare, but you never know. So this is the first time I have ever taken it off, and these should be thumb screws. Might just be easier with the screwdriver. You can see that. Alright, so with the side panel unscrewed, it's time to see how much dust gets hit in our face. And okay, I can see a little bit of dust coming up, but oh, there's a giant dust bunny down there. Ew. Okay, this is worse than the HP P6110Y, but yeah, this thing's pretty dusty. Maybe tomorrow I might clean it out a little bit because it's clearly nighttime out. It's like 10:30. Actually, I lied, it's 9:50, but I'm still not going out there. So the the CPU fan does appear to be completely clogged. I should really just replace the thermal paste, and I think I am going to do that because we don't need this thing overheating while we're testing it. But before I do that, let's take a look at the rest around the system. So, light on power supply, that's good. It's not like a best tech power supply or something. We have our DVD drive, then we have our Seagate hard drive, and the HP P6110Y. I keep wanting to say P6610 or something like that. I had a Western Digital drive. And then we do have 8 gigs of RAM. I'm assuming they're all 2 gig sticks. And then, which is interesting, is that it's a 20-pin power connector, but a 24-pin header. We have a floppy header if we want to add a floppy drive, like right up here. And then here is the Wi-Fi card, and it's completely covered in dust. Can't even read the name is, but I assume it'll still work. And this back fan is just, ooh, you can see all the dust coming off from it. I'm just going to do the same thing if I really want to take a compressed air can to it, but I'm not going to. Alright, with the heatsink unscrewed, let's remove these very dusty, look at this, wires. And, oh, okay. Let's see how dry the thermal paste is. And actually, it doesn't look that bad. I gotta do this. You know, the thermal paste application on there doesn't look that bad. It almost looks like it's been like replaced recently. I bet it still needs to be replaced, but still, it's pretty good. Right, so I was trying to clean off the thermal paste on the CPU, and I did successfully do it. But all the dust from this bottom part right here got on this napkin and all over my shirt. Ew. Alright, so the fan is fully clear of dust, but I bet you by the time I open this thing again to clean it out, for the rest of the dust, it's going to be probably clogged with dust again. But let's take it over to the testing station, see if it powers on. Alright, so I'm over here at my test bench area, and yes, it is a CRT monitor, which does mean that whenever I do record, you might experience some flickering. So peripherals have a basic Microsoft mouse and this pretty nice feeling Pacbell keyboard. So with everything plugged in, we do have a green light, which you may or may not be able to see. But let's turn it on. Let's turn on the monitor. And we have a post, okay. Okay, so let's go into setup. I think I missed it. So I'm having a little incident where I had the mouse plugged into the keyboard and then the keyboard plugged in the mouse, the PS2 ports. So the battery still works, that's good. Nothing interesting here. Our Seagate hard drive is detected, and our DVD RAM drive. And then installed memory, I have 8 gigs of it, yep, 4 memory slots and 4 2 gigabyte sticks. And I don't know if there's anything interesting. There's the Pentium E6300 at 2.8 gigahertz with a 1066 megahertz front to side bus. None of this stuff here is that interesting. And boot time diagnostics screen, boot device priority. No, there's nothing that interesting in here. Virtualization technology, I think we should enable that. And let's see, yeah, nothing of that interest. So let's exit and save changes and try to boot into Windows. So we have successfully loaded into this installment of Windows Vista, and it appears that the Windows sidebar has stopped working, so I guess we'll just go ahead and close that. And, you know, we have a lot of stuff here. I mean, just a bunch of, like, random stuff. I mean, they have Malwarebytes and AVG. They have an error remover, whatever that is, and then down here. So after attaching a Wi-Fi antenna, which you might be able to see right here, the signal strength hasn't gotten better, but there are more networks detected, so I'm just gonna connect to my net. Let's see, nothing in here is really that interesting. Well, some people I say it's disrespectful to look through other people's stuff and show it. It's their fault for not wiping it. So, what is this? This thing, if it shows personal information, I'm gonna blur it. Oh, and it kind of does. Okay, we're just not gonna look at that. No, we're not gonna show that on camera. It shows, wow, it shows everything.
Yo, little Mexico, pass the gas. I got real smoke, Xanax, one drunk to push it out my boat. Serving out of Mexico, smoking Pemex with Mexico. Got big juice, overflow. I'll keep sure that I'm by the boat. All those hidden minutes, though, jungle boy smoking credible. I got real smoke, Xanax, one drunk to push it out my boat. Serving out of Mexico, smoking Pemex with Mexico. Got big juice, overflow. I'll keep sure that I'm by the boat. All those hidden minutes, though, jungle boy smoking credible. Shout out to Hades, was selling grease, smoking.
Anyways guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this look at the HP Pavilion P6120F. If you did, definitely leave a like and subscribe, and I have a lot more, or not a lot more, but I have another computer that I got from an estate sale. It's not as interesting as like this, but it is pretty old, it's from like the late 90s, and yeah, I have a lot of stuff like in the works right now, the videos that I have coming up, and yeah, basically this one's in the works, this one's finished, this is finished, that's nothing. This, I think it's on like hold. This one's on hold till, because I need to get a replacement part for it. This is a different one that I got for free. I'll do a video on that at some point. This is finished. And this is the current video I'm working on. This is a restoration of a laptop. But yeah. But I was just too lazy to edit it. But the 386 laptop. And if you guys want to see that, you can. And then this just finished, and this is just me going to thrift stores and stuff and trying to film it. But yeah, if you want to see any one of these videos, let me know in the comment section down below. And yeah, I will see you guys next time.